Chicken in the cone, and the cone can't grow. Oh, home, chicken in the cone, and the cone can't grow. Home, chicken in the cone, and the cone can't grow. I should be streaming now. Yeah, there we go. Stream's popping up now. So no clue if anybody could hear me just going like chicken in the corn and all that jazz. But hello everyone, here we are today. It is my birthday, which means that I've turned 35. I'm getting old, very old, old and decrepit. And I hope, oh wow, I dropped 480 frames there at the very beginning. Wow. So I have no idea how much of that went through. Everything seems to be streaming without a hitch now. Ooh. That was like weirdly starting out strange. Huh. Anyway, I have done my, I don't want to call it pimping, but I have done my, hey, I'm playing a video game now. And so I should have this show on the road. Moo Man in the morning. Happy birthday. Thank you. I'm 35 years young now. Willard Scott is going to be giving me a thing of Smuckers soon. And if you don't get that reference, then it shows you how old I am. Happy birthday. How's it feel to be super old? Thank you, Draven DeVere. It feels like Social Security. I'll be getting one of those checks anytime in the mail now. So I have at least decided on 2 games that I'm going to play today. I don't know if I'm going to play more than those 2. We'll see. I didn't get the reference. I'm not unhip. Yay. Yeah, again, I'm old. And so let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and pop one of these open. And I'm going to start out with a game that hopefully won't scare people off from the very get-go. And that's kind of my thought process right now, is I don't want to scare people away on this today. Wrong screen, my birthday. And so we're going to start out by playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game for the NES. It was a game that I actually received for my birthday, and we're going to cheat our way through this because it's my birthday. And okay, I have no sound right now from the game. Why is there no sound from the game? Uh-oh. I recently plugged in my computer to... No, that's right. Ninja Turtles. We had sound. Oh. You know what? I guarantee you I know what it is. Yeah, okay. Let's try this again. Huh. Now my other problem is input. Okay, my Joy-Con is showing up, but my controller is not working with the game. Awesome. Let me unplug my controller, plug it back in. I had the sound turned down. That was my problem. Give me a moment. So I had problems sleeping last night. I'm assuming, there we go. BA, BA, up, down, BA, left, right, BA, start. So what I just entered in is a code that should grant me 7 lives and stage select. That's BA, BA, up, down, BA, left, right, BA, start. It is the only... Yes, I'm a cheater right now, and I don't care. This is the only code that off the top of my head that I think I have memorized. But we're going to start at the very beginning, and we'll just go until we die, and then I'll punch in the code again and go from there. I can cheat on my birthday, that's right. So, this is based on a game that I used to play a whole lot in the arcades. And when I was little, I saw that there was an NES game on this. And I begged my parents, please let me have this game for my birthday. And so, my parents bought me Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Ooh. And you can tell I have not practiced this game one whit. It's his birthday. He could cheat if he wants to. Cheat if he wants to. Yeah, you would cheat too if it happened to you. So, the funny thing is, when I was little, you could not tell me that there's a difference between this game and the arcade game. Even though now as an adult, I'm going, oh yeah, there were many, many differences. I never cheat on my birthday streams. Well, that's cool. That's you. Oh. There we go. Whoop. But I used to love this game so much, I would play this all the time. And like I said, I had the code. Ow. Ow! I had the code memorized, so it was great. Now, yeah, giant balls rolling down here. And I'm gonna wait. And if you notice in the background, there's a not so subtle ad there. Pizza Hut. In fact, you're gonna see. Oh, the Simpsons arcade game. You know what? That may actually be a good idea. Because guess what? I have the Simpsons arcade game for the Xbox 360, I believe it. Now that shouldn't have hit me like that. I'm sorry, game. That was bad hitboxing. You can tell I'm not really good at this game. I have the Simpsons arcade game. I had been tempted on trying to find a time to play that. I may pull that out today. I haven't decided yet, because I'm going to have to set up my... I would have to set up my Xbox 360, which I have not done yet. I'm planning on doing it eventually, because one of the games I plan on streaming is Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. But yeah, games like this, it was just shut up and take my money. I was Philip J. Fry. Seriously. Ah, thought you had me. You probably do. No, actually you didn't. Like you said, I loved beat-em-up games as a kid. And I always thought the arcade had the best beat-em-up games. Yes, the Pizza Hut branding. This game, and I don't have the booklet anymore. Because, you know, nowadays I ask the question, how is it that kids throw away the cart and the booklet? I don't understand that to save my life. When I was a kid, we had more of an excuse because we didn't realize that the cardboard box that came with it was supposed to be the game holder. We had no clue. But kids today are without excuse as far as I'm concerned. Ooh. But the booklet actually came with a coupon for free Pizza Hut pizza, if I remember correctly. And so I always thought that was really, really cool. I'm gonna get kicked, yeah. I knew I was gonna get kicked. So, you know, the thing is, though, the Pizza Hut branding is going to come back to haunt us in a few minutes. A few stages ahead. Alright. Can I trap one of you? No. Ugh. Nope. Nope. Ah. Ah. Okay. I can get this sucker trapped. That's... No, they're actually going to make you pizza. What cruelty. The funny thing is, like, this is based to a small degree on the second movie. And, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, Secret of the Ooze. And the funny thing is, that movie hosted Domino's Pizza. Which, back in the 80s, Domino's Pizza was like dead. Alright, we have the first boss of the game now. I believe this is Rocksteady. Yeah, Rocksteady. And... he's basically... Oop. Oh, that shouldn't have hit me. Okay. And we run quickly from him. And he's going to charge. To this day, I can't tell you how my father and I pulled it off. We actually stun-locked Rocksteady somehow. Ooh. We stun-locked him. I never knew which one was Rocksteady, which was Bebop. Bebop, I believe, is the pig, and Rocksteady is the rhinoceros. If I remember correctly, Rocksteady was played by WWE superstar Sheamus in the recent, and I use the word recent, you know, lightly, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Ah. Yeah, I'm having to do it like this because the moment I touch him, he's gonna like kick. And true to form in games like this, back in the day, he kicked me to let me know. Or he's flashing to let me know that he's almost down for the count. Alright, that's really all there is to this. I'm going to lose another life probably in a minute. I don't know how we stun locked him, but we beat him as soon as he was off the, Yep, he's going to take one more life from me, isn't he? Especially if I'm taking stupid hits like that. Yep. Based on pretty much any team, Themoo is the Team Turtles. Well, that's true, but I think it was more so based on the, around the time that the second one came out. There we go, finally. And then Shredder comes and jumps out the window, and he takes April O'Neil away from us. How dare he? I like to put the logo in the top right in case we forgot. Yeah, that's where the second player would be. I should have knocked that back at him. I could have knocked that back at him and done damage to him. Now, one thing that bothers me about this game is there are stupid manholes strewn about. That way, if you slip and fall, it does damage to you. At least he rescued her from the fire. Yes. So, he's a good Samaritan, ultimately. He's misunderstood, is what it is. Let's see. Tonight I dine on turtle. Nope. Help! There we go. Alright. Ah, no! I did it from the wrong direction. I don't like the fact that this game is set up in such a way that if you hit an enemy once, you can't like stun lock them. It's like you're kind of stuck where you're at. And I never did really like that. Go ahead and take him out before these jumping guys come in. Should be in this level that we see the Pizza Hut logos of Doom. Maybe not up ahead. Get those putty patrols on any foot plan. To be fair, I think they did it first, the Ninja Turtles. Used to love reading these comics when I was a kid. Alright, there should be a woman right over in here. Alright, no problem. No problem, Draven. Oh, I didn't mean to grab that. I didn't mean to grab that as soon as I did. I didn't realize that just by... The hitbox in this is a little weird at times. I'm dead serious. Ah! Yeah! I wanted to be able to do that for some stupid reason, just swing down at her. Because I'm a jerk like that. I'm a jerk cow. Alright, let me go down a little bit more, and... Are these the... Yep, these are the boomerang guys. There are certain things you can knock back at enemies, certain things you can't. And thankfully you can block shurikens, boomerangs, knives, things that are thrown at you. Or, I never have done it, but there is... you saw the guys that... You saw the guys that threw the manhole covers. Those guys will actually toss manhole covers back at you. Or you can knock them back. Alright, so you see the Pizza Hut logos. You gotta be careful around these Pizza Hut logos. Those will do damage to you. Pro strats from the move. Alright. No! tell you a game that I really, really want to get is Turtles in Time. I bet that would be... I haven't played Turtles in Time in so long. That is a game that I would love to buy, but I think it's like super expensive. And even though I think it's... Ubisoft, I think, ended up making a remastered version of it. They didn't do a really good job with it and kind of dropped the ball. Well, we're almost at the next boss, and I think now we get Bebop. I won't be able to down in time to knock that around. So, we went from Rocksteady, now we have Bebop in a minute. We have to beat the Boomerang guys. And now we get Bebop. And he is much the same as his counterpart. I actually think he's more aggravating, personally speaking. His ray is a little bit more... Yep. Just their ability to just hit you before you got really a chance to move is aggravating. If I remember correctly, the way the game does this is, I don't think he or Rocksteady... No, they are the bosses of the first and second stage, respectively. I think... The arcade version of this was... Yes, I actually have the arcade version on the Xbox. On Xbox Live. I do own it. So, that is something that we will be checking out soon enough. Not today. I wanted to play the SNES version because... birthday. And he knocked me right into the manhole. So, yeah. Thankfully, this guy... Thankfully, he's almost done. Yeah, thankfully we've beaten him and we're moving on to the next stage, so that's at least a good thing. That actually worked out well. I took a sip of my coffee and, it was able to pull that off. I believe... Ninja Turtles, yeah, buddy. Hey, Bubba James, how are you today? I am playing a game on stream that I received actually for my birthday. Ow! I think every 200 points I get, I'm going to get an extra life, and I really need to start paying attention because there are going to be Mausers going around here soon. And honestly, I remember there was a way that I could, for lack of better wording, I could, yep. Oh boy. Okay, I was gonna say, like, why can't I hit this guy? I hated dealing with the Mausers. Okay. Okay. I don't like the fact that these little fellas... Okay. The way these little guys are set up, I'm swinging at them like, why aren't you getting hit? Again, the hitboxes sometimes in this are problematic, which is something I noticed even as a kid. Welcome to be a member of the mid-30s. You are now officially old. That's right, you are technically older than me by a few months. I think there's another spot up here. Okay, no, it's just these guys. And the fact that we've got Mausers at this point should give us kind of an idea as far as who our boss is. No. No. Stop hitting me. I sound like a small child. Stop hitting me. Should give us an idea of who the boss of this level is. I love the fact that I'm swinging at these guys and it's doing nothing. It's like I've got to wait for them to start moving before I can even do any damage to them. Is I'm assuming what they're getting at right now. I don't know why there are like death spikes bouncing down onto the ground. And now there are just random missiles shooting out from underneath there. I'd forgotten about that. The boss, Pizza Hut executive, more or less. Because of Mausers. It's obviously the Pizza Hut executive. It's actually Noid from Domino's Pizza. Alright. Are you familiar, like Soy Bomb, are you familiar with the Domino's Noid? I mean, since we're here right now, let's just talk pizza for a minute. A slice of pizza attacks you from within the stomach and you can't win. That's true. So, like, woohoo, happy birthday. Thank you, Cosmoronic. I appreciate that very much. So, like, are you guys familiar with the Noid? As far as the Domino's, the old Domino's, my review of Yo Noid says, yes, I know it. Okay. So, like, are you familiar with the story of, why it disappeared? And that's an extra life, 200 points. I don't care why it disappeared, I'm just glad it did. Alright, so this is Baxter Stockman, one of the more annoying, bosses in this game. Simply because of the fact he moves in this strange pattern and drops Mausers. So, yeah. This is all this boss fight is. So, like, the Noid was actually a very successful mascot for Domino's and looked like it was going to take off and be a huge success. If I remember correctly, a gentleman whose last name just happened to be Noid. And I think, if I remember correctly, he also suffered from, I think it was schizophrenia. And so there were some mental issues there. Thought that the promotion was making fun of his name and held up a Domino's. And, yeah, that's what happened to the Domino's Noid. Yeah, during my birthday stream, we just bring it down real low. Sorry. I think if I remember correctly, Noid ended up taking his own life while he was eating pizza. No, actually, he ended up taking his life, I think. Or his own life, so yeah. And then somehow Baxter Stockman turns into a fly just after we defeat him. Because that huge fly was Stockman as well. Let's melt snow and rebuild New York City. Apparently, he froze New York City while we were... okay, took his life 5 years later in a mental institute. Yes. Yeah. And we can dodge these now. Hate. Oop. Best thing to do is pay attention there and just move around. Ooh. Come on. I think the only thing I don't like about playing a beat-em-up game right now is the fact that I'm having to concentrate on what I'm saying. And it's really weird for me to do that when playing a game like this. I don't know why. Of course, it's hard for me to concentrate on what I'm trying to say on any video game, as Soy Bomb has jokingly stated numerous times in the past, which he's correct about. Oop. Yeah. Okay, I think he's going to come up to the top area now. No? Pizza Hut pizza! And those holes, you can fall in. Spike Zambonis and such, yes. Ooh. Killer snowmen. I will give them credit. Quick hide in the snowman. Do you? So do you think Krang looked at Shredder and said, Do you wanna build a snowman to kill the turtles dead? And so now they're using snowballs as a weapon. Which, again, I'll give them like cookie points for imagination in several points in this game, as far as the enemy types and what they can do. Like, I really do appreciate things like that. Again, stay away from what looks to be mines. They're not mines, as we've seen there. It's manhole covers. It's a good weapon. There's no balls like snowballs. No! Oh, there was a horror movie I watched once called Jack Frost. No, not the Michael Keaton movie. There's another one. Yeah, I think it was made by like Apex Entertainment or something like that. Deactivates lurk mode. Welcome back. And there is a common joke throughout the entire movie. It's like, hey, what's the difference between snowmen and snow women? Snowballs. And I don't know why, but for some reason, when Soybomb mentioned that, that was the first thing that popped into my head. That was actually my practice when I was a kid. I would just, like, jump up and then do them like that. That's what I would do every enemy. More Pizza Hut signatures. Aha! Oh, I'm not going to get hit by your... Actually, I am going to get hit by your nose rockets. That hurt, guys! And I'm going to be dead in a moment if I keep this up. Come on. And trap him in the corner. Good. So I'm not going to die just that fast. But the fact that I'm cheating, I guess it doesn't really matter a whole lot. Alright, now I gotta watch... Ooh, out. Because those are going to be dropping down. I don't want them to knock me on the nog-nog. I'd like it to at least... I'd like to kill at least one other enemy before I die. I don't understand how a punch like that can take me out. It's like, oh no, I really think that... Alright, even if it did hurt me, it should deal at least a little bit of damage to the foot soldiers. That's just my thought process. Oh yeah, I gotta be careful with that move. That takes away energy. Boss time! Don't ask me who this is. I, for the life of me, cannot remember what his name is. I do remember he was one of the easier bosses, because like you hit him and he just grabs a big ball to throw at you. I mean, that's rinse, lather, and repeat almost with this guy. Yeah. Let me go ahead and do it again. I think he was created specifically for this game. I honestly don't remember him in the comics or in the cartoon. Ah, yes, the cartoon. The cartoon. I'm now being reminded of the cartoon as I play through this. Anybody ever watch the cartoon? Like that came on Saturday morning? Kind of reminds me that Saturday morning cartoons were amazing when we were kids. Or I say when we were kids, that's kind of when people who are as old as I am were kids. Like, it blew my mind that as I grew older, and I've realized Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is the voice of Shredder. Never seen the new cartoon. I know Jason Biggs is like one of the voices, and I'm just kind of like, eh, whatever. Ooh. Shredder. Yes. Will. Like, not only that, but I think he was all, like, I'm trying to remember what all, like, Tony J was also a voice. A boss from the dog and Tiny Two in a coat. Oh, Arnold? I think his name may have been Arnold. One more hit, and he is, okay, he stopped flashing. There he's flashing again. Come on. Alright, perfect. He's gone. He's done. Good. And now New York returned to its pristine, from winter to spring again. It always weirded me out how many people did voice acting for cartoons when I was a kid, and I never realized it. Like, I also realized that later on in the series, Tony J. And if you've never heard of Tony J, oh, dude, look him up sometime. Dude has an amazing deep... He's got like a Cosmoronic deep voice. One of the best voices that I've heard as far as, like, just the inflection and everything. He was, just to give you an idea, Tony J was, if you've ever seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Frollo, as far as the main baddie in the cartoon. And he did a voice for a bad guy in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I was like, what? Huh, didn't do quite what I thought it would. There we go. And knocked the 20 sign towards him. I could have blown that barrel up, but I didn't do it because I wasn't thinking about it. I have to remember that next time, though. Trying to remember who the boss of this level is. Ow. And that's gonna fly. One of these cars is gonna go shooting out at me in a minute. That's something I remember about this car park, is that out of nowhere, some of these vehicles are gonna start moving forward, and you have to, like, scooting forward, or else you're gonna get nailed. I guess it's not here. Oh! Let me reset that. I was playing it earlier, just to remember how to play it, and that was me bumping these, that was me bumping the, save state thing. No, not quite restarting from scratch. Should be on the 5th level. And so we're restarting from the 5th level. So I've got to be careful because I have, per the statement of Soy Bomb, I have this mapped to the bumpers on my Xbox 360 controller, and I accidentally hit with a bumper. Yeah, I've got to restart with a score of 0. That is the bad thing about it, but I can show this off at least, and that blows up and takes out 2 of these guys. Feel free to say periodically, yeah, I should probably do that, and I've done it now. That way, if I accidentally bump it, I don't just suddenly appear in the Technodrome. Oh. We're off to a great start. Heroes in the half shell, turtle power. But yeah, this was what we played back then. That and yeah. So how is everybody today? I have neglected to ask that question, and I apologize for it. How is everybody today? I'm doing great. I did have a little bit of trouble sleeping last night, but not as bad as it could have been. Here's one beginning work where you're streaming. That's some streaming. Am I that distracting? Is it that bad? It's like I really want to get work done, but I've got this sound droning in my ears. This cow, this birthday boy who thinks he's special. I'm that distracting. I kind of feel special right now. Yeah, that works. And it killed neither one of them. That, not good. stuff, find myself not doing said stuff, but is doing other stuff instead. I understand that feel. I'm really focused on what I can't want to do, can't focus on what... When do you do what I want to do, can't focus when moves, kicking, foot playing butt. Alright, so this vehicle... Aha! I told you one of those would come out and rev out and try to hit me, and it did just that. Yeah. So I'm actually moving forward. Okay, that's not going to go forward. That's not going to go forward. I'm actually saving every few moments, that way if something happens, I'm not messing up. So hunt down missile tanks in a Metroid game. I kind of feel bad for... You're going to shoot at... Yeah, I was about to say, you're about to shoot up in front of me. You look dangerous. Try to move down to the middle so I don't get just waylaid by random enemies. Ah, I knew that was going to happen. Yup. Actually doing nothing in particular today, so I'm quite well. Moose playing Team Tea plus bagel and coffee equals happy me. I'm a simple man. I got a cup of coffee in front of me as well, so I understand the joy of simplicity. I keep looking at... I knew eventually someone was going to pop out of the back of one of those... and at least took out one of those guys. I knew someone was going to pop out of the back of that eventually. And I didn't realize my health was as low as it was. Good grief. Sometimes simplicity is the best thing. I should be running into the boss in just a moment, too. I'm trying to remember whether the boss is Stockman or... I think in the arcades it was Rocksteady and Bebop, but I think I'm about to fight Stockman in fly form. And true to himself, I think he's going to be an easier boss. There's a pizza, which I do want right now. Yep. Yep. And I love the fact that he attacks me with a fly swatter. That is interesting, to say the least, to me. The fact that I'm being attacked by a fly with a fly swatter. Is that irony? I'm not quite sure. Or if it's just an interesting boss device as far as... Good grief. And, alright, there we go. He's, again, just like his human counterpart, when he's human and he's flying around on the machine, he's not too terribly difficult. Me revenge for all the time, humans need to try to swat him. Well, I mean, and that could follow suit with that. Because he is obviously a fly. Ah. I'm finding that if I stay underneath him, he's actually relatively easy. Huh. I never knew that as a kid. Woo. Huh. Ah. And we quickly move out of the way so he'll try to attack us. And we would have failed miserably, but he'll try to attack us now. So I'm actually catching things that I never realized as a kid about this boss. And it makes him a whole lot easier. But Stockman's done. We've rescued April. The game is still not over, though. Because I think now we hit the skateboarding level. Gonna save it, and we get a kiss on our head. Time for some April adventures. No, Secret Factory. Okay. Okay, so no skating. Oh, it was in the arcade that you skate. Here you don't skate. Yeah, it did look like he was in pain. Yeah, there's no April Adventures in this game, though. Now, you know, when I was a kid, I never did think about it, but now that I'm older, I'm like, okay, so how clean is that turtle? And so now we have guys with spears. He doesn't know how to handle kisses, it's so rare. Well, the dude is probably covered in all sorts of diseases. Because I wonder how, you know, he lives in the sewers. How clean is he? You know, they made the sewers of New York look like they were, woo. It looked like they were, woo. I have no clue what just came out of my mouth just then. They made the sewers of New York look so clean in the movies and in the comics, but we know there's nothing in New York City that's clean. Nothing. So he's got to be covered in, like, road is also in good condition. Yeah, so you know this is not real New York City. Best thing to do with these guys, if you can get them trapped in a corner, then there we go. Trapped in the corner. You get them trapped in the corner, you're good to go with them. Dynamite boys. Yeah, and like we were in Central Park, and you know, not even one frozen homeless person there. Maybe I shouldn't joke about that. Should be another. I wanted to think there was a stage where I was on a skateboard, and maybe it's the next one, because I think there are 2 stages on my way to a quote-unquote factory. Like, I honestly don't quite understand the story. Like, we're in a factory. Why are we in the factory? Don't know. We're just traveling around beating up the Foot Clan as best as we can. Ah, you thought you had me, but you didn't. The tires. These guys have nuclear weapons. Or not nuclear weapons, they've got, like, missiles. Like torpedoes. That's it, they've got the torpedo Teds. Ah! And you don't really want to attack them when they've got them in your hands, when they've got the torpedoes in their hands, apparently. Yeah, I'm trying to dive kick them, I'm doing terribly. And if you plan just right, you could actually take out a Klansman on a bike. And I'm not gonna lie right now. You gotta have the angle just right or you go flying backwards. And frankly, as a kid, I would do that all the time. As an adult, I don't feel brave enough to even try it. Not like not like I've got 9 lives and can't do something with that. But it's just the way I kind of feel at the moment. I'm not so sure this is a good idea, Moo. So, I will say, one thing that I appreciate about this game is the fact that the Foot Clan, yeah, you've got nothing but Foot Clan that you're dealing with, but there's multiple varieties of them. And so I didn't do that. Yeah, this is the end of this stage. And so once I defeat the numerous enemies that are going to appear through here, I think we hit the skateboarding stage. I think. And then I get to fight the no boss. Oh, there was a... And I could have rebounded the monster truck tires at them had I thought about it. Or gotten to them in time, but that didn't happen. So, my bad. I have not, like, knocked anything back at an enemy once, as far as I can tell. So now I think I'm skateboarding. Quick sip of coffee. I want a sip of coffee. And to save it. Sip hide. So yeah, this is what this stage is going to be, is just going around and trying my best not to get too eaten up by bombs and machine gun fire. Because that's all I'm going to be dealing with. Come on. I think we're pretty much like halfway through this game, though, at this point. I like also the fact that the Foot Clan, they have matching skateboards to go along with the color of Foot Clan members. These yellow guys sporting nice yellow ones, so long I can't remember. I think the next stage is going to be a factory, followed by kind of a Japanese feudal Japan inspired level. And again, it's going to feature a boss that was created specifically for this game, and I don't think appeared in the actual arcade version. I think the Frozen level and the feudal level that we're going to see, Japanese game with Japanese level. Well, I mean, and also considering the fact that Shredder is Japanese. And I love this scene right here. It's just kind of like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So, because I've beaten this stage now. They're driving along, and it's like they just drive straight into the barrier. Like, how do you pull that off like that? And so now Master Shredder has been kidnapped. Exactly, Cosmoronic. As a child, I was like... My question was... My question was, how did they do that? Okay, should be another one. Okay, not so much. So, after the Japanese feudal stage... Which, the funny thing is, they, like, crash right into the restaurant, the factory. After this is the Technodrome. So, literally got 3 stages left, and we'll be done with this, game. We'll be done with this game. Yeah, we'll be done with this game. And then we can move on to the second game, which I have for the birthday spectacular. It's another licensed game. But I will say, like, true to Moo form, I picked a game that I would at least enjoy, even though it's a licensed game. And it's one that has an end to it. But I figured I haven't been playing a lot of NES games lately. And so I think the only NES game I've played lately is, the Muppets game, which is kind of funny when you consider what's coming up next. Ow, ow. And I'm still waiting for Soy to get his AC cable in so we can race that. The next game's Sneaking. I don't have Sneaking, so I could not play Sneaking. I do have the Pocket Racer game, though, but no, I'm probably not going to play that. The next game is actually Muppets related, and I'm going to leave it at that. It's not Chaos at the Carnival. I'm waiting for Soy to get his AC adapter to play that again. Get a few rounds of it in. And, yeah, I'm bringing that up. I'm bringing it up. But, I'll go ahead and mention the other games that I'm planning on doing is, it's another NES game. It's called, Sesame Street Countdown. And it's one that I was going to stream eventually anyway, but I figured I could, do it for my birthday. And, just say, this works. mostly because of the fact it's my birthday and I can play what I want. Yes, it does feature the Count, and the other cool thing about it, not only does it feature the Count, it features the voice of Jerry Nelson, who voiced the Count. And so, as a kid, you want to talk about thinking that was just the greatest thing ever. Seeing a game voiced by Jerry Nelson, and you get to play as the Count. You want to talk about fun. Interesting. Just more or less, yes. No, it's his actual voice, but you can tell that the technology for doing voices is like, still has a long way to go. And when you also look at the content, must be from the pre. I'm not sure what the pre was, what the pre is. Didn't hit one of them. Sure hit myself real good. Yes, pre-Rosita error. And yes, I'm calling it the Rosita error. Rosita and, what's Zoe. Okay, so I should go ahead while we're here and just mention how much I love, like, things like the Muppets and Sesame Street. 2 years ago, there was a book I read that told me a whole lot. It's called Street Game. And literally, the book is just how Sesame Street came to be. And my thing and my love for Sesame Street, it first began and has been for a long time a way to help children. We have the boss. I hate this boss. This is my least favorite boss. Like in urban areas who may not have... Oh no, we're not the boss. We're at the mini stage. See, same street. Sesame Street. Come on. Hit one. Hit one. There we go. It was done to help kids in urban areas who may not have access, called Sesame Park. Oh, did not know that. To help children in urban areas who may not have as ready access to certain educational things. They have access to it through the TV show. And so that was always its intent. Basil the Bear was lit. I think we ended up getting Basil. Or a form of... No, we got Baby Bear, which is completely different. Because it appears we play in these... Seriously. That I did not know. Like, if I remember correctly, the creators of Sesame Street actually sued Jim Henson's son, Brian, and the production company that made, what was it? That stupid Happy Time Murders. Because they, the tagline was like something like "No Sesame, All Street," and they didn't like the fact that it was, you know, that was how they used the Sesame Street title in the tagline like that, and they actually got ruled against. Yeah, the joke to me is on Brian Henson because a lot of sources listed Happy Time Murders as like the worst movie of 2018. Have not seen it, don't plan on seeing it. But to me, you know, it's just... The thing that makes me sad about it is Stanley from The Office is in it. And I loved Stanley. And just to see that he was the police chief made me kind of sad. Like, come on, Stanley, you knew better than this. Okay, I'm not grabbing the health just yet because the boss is going to appear. And this is a rock soldier. Watch trailer. Nope, away from that instantly. Yeah, you and everyone I knew was the same way. I hate this guy because the moment I hit him... he... A lot of times... Oh yeah, very, very tasteless. And that... And to me, the thing is, a lot of the people who seem to enjoy it were very immature teenagers. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. B, you know, I liked it ironically because... But for me, here's my thing about it. Here's the reason why I'm never going to watch it, alright? Like, and this shows how much I love the Muppets as a child, and even as an adult, how much... I agree with something Frank Oz said about the recent Muppet movies and even the TV show that aired on ABC. Giving fans of the show the reins to write the material, thinking they know how the characters would react in certain situations, is not a good idea. So I haven't been a huge fan of a lot of what the Muppets have done. Ooh. Oh, I forgot about that touch. You burn his head and they show smut. Well, I'm trying to remember the name. Who did the recent... Okay, there were two recent Muppet movies. One done by Jason... They were both actors. One was an actor and one was an actress. Who is it that starred with Amy Adams? Jason Segel. Jason Segel always talked about how he was a huge fan of the Muppets as a child and always wanted to write something for the show, or, you know, a movie. So he wrote the script for the first... Thank you, my turtles. He wrote the script for the first Muppets movie that starred him and Amy Adams. That was all his doing. And I will say, I again agree with something Frank Oz said. A lot of the characters seem out of character from the way that they would be. Doesn't mean you can write. And just because you're a fan of something doesn't mean that you're capable of... It doesn't mean that your fan fiction is worth being made into a movie. Ooh. Yeah. A lot of the characters, as far as I'm concerned, were very out of character. Oh, these guys. Oh, that's actually dealing with them a whole lot better than I normally would have. Oh, there we go. I remember I saw it in theaters with a friend of mine, and don't get me wrong, I own both the movies. The one that he did, and the other one, Muppets Most Wanted, I think was written by Tina Fey. And she had not as heavy of a starring role in it, but she cast herself as more of a minor character in the long run. But again, you know, it didn't, in my opinion, capture the flair of what the Muppets were. And I won't go so far as to say something along the lines of kind of like the backlash of the Ghostbusters movie, which I own, but I haven't seen it. I do plan on watching it. I do like something that I think it was James Rolfe said. The Ghostbusters was a cult classic, and there's one thing you don't mess with, and that's a cult. I don't know. And the TV show that came out did a terrible job as well. And hear me out when I say all that. I have not... Oh, I forgot I could walk into that hole. I've not seen Ghostbusters. I plan on seeing it, so I'm not going to say whether it's good or bad or whether I think it sucks or anything of that nature. I don't have the right to do that without having seen it. Now, I can say whether or not I have interest in something, but I don't know. I'm getting off into little tangent areas here, and I need to return back to the Muppets with my discussion topic. So, like the playing Ninja Turtles, talking about Muppets. My whole thing about am I getting to the boss yet? No, not yet. The TV show did an even worse job of casting them out of character. And what happened is Teenage Mutant Ninja Muppets. Yes. I think it might have been Muppets Tonight, which was another Muppet show, and I'm getting off tangent. It had something like Teenage Mutant Ninja Babies once. So, at any rate, getting back to the Muppets TV show. Like, here's the thing. Muppet Show was a great show. It had some adult humor in it, but all the adult humor they had was very tongue-in-cheek and very, you know, is something that adults could kind of get and the kids might kind of laugh without really understanding. The Muppets, the TV show that aired on ABC and only lasted a season, really, really did a poor job of handling. Right. I don't think I can walk on the bamboo. Ugh. Okay, now I'm getting to the boss. No, I've got to fight this tiger, don't I? Yeah. Again, things I hate. Oh. Alright, getting back on topic. Ranty McMoo. Anyway, it was done in a very adult fashion. I don't think it was handled well. There we go. That's just one man's opinion, though. I really think Disney has done a poor job of handling the Muppet properties properly. And, which I would say, to me, the worst thing that ever happened to the Muppets was Jim's workaholic attitude. Because it ultimately ended up being the reason why he died. And I know how bad that sounds of me. Because part of the magic was his workaholic attitude. But I'd like to think if he actually took the time to take a rest, maybe there's not... As much as I hate to say this, and I hate to admit it, I really think they should. And this is a guy who loves the Muppets. I really do think they need to take a rest. Maybe they're just felt with hands up. And that's true. I just hate the fact that that's, I just hate the fact that that's the case. I really think Disney should have done a better job with handling them. Because shortly after his death, I mean, there was actually, they made 3 really good movies after Jim passed away. Muppet Christmas Carol was made shortly after he and the voice of Scooter. I can't think of his name now. The voice of Scooter. And his name escapes me at the moment, and I feel bad about it. But he and the guy that voiced Scooter passed away. And so, that's right, we've got Scorpions. I really hope with the... I need to save while I'm at it. And then they had Muppet Treasure Island. Muppet Treasure Island wasn't... Good grief! Wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but I love Muppet Treasure Island. It's actually one of, I won't say my favorites, but I think out of the movies that were made post Jim Henson, it's a close second, because it and Muppet Christmas Carol were still able to capture the magic, and so Brian, Jim's son, actually did a really good job with both of those movies. The movie that followed up, if I remember correctly, yes, Michael Caine did such an amazing job with that. Ren and I watch Muppet Christmas Carol every year. There's actually, let me phrase that, there are actually 2 Muppet movies that we watch. One of them I have to watch on YouTube because it's not available on DVD because of licensings. But there was a Canadian special that aired back in the 80s. I think it was like a Muppet Family Christmas. And it features the Muppets, it features characters from Sesame Street, and characters from Fragile... Yes! Watch out for the Icy Patch! Every year I watch that. Muppet Family Christmas was great. Yes! So, when I was a kid, my parents had that recorded. Somehow, they stumbled upon a Canadian station, and so we had that. Doc, he was the general store owner in Shining Time Station? Oh, in Canada! Because I was like, no he wasn't. But now I know what you mean, in Canada. Or I'm assuming the Canadian version of Shining Time Station. Yes. His name was Jerry something. He actually passed away a few years back. Made me very sad to hear that. Chinese has an American show. Maybe the version of it that I watched wasn't, didn't have him as the general store owner. Or, because I'll admit, I didn't watch a lot of Shining Time Station when I was growing up. Muppet Christmas Carol, movie by Jason Segel. Big over here, plus I learned English and what to watch when I was younger. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Okay, maybe I just never saw an episode with him on it. Sorry, I'm trying to dodge. So that may be it. Like, because I remember I remember Ringo Starr. I remember George Carlin. I remember Schemer and Scheming. I think it was the woman from Grease. She was the the high school dropout. Good grief, that's... And this is my second... This is actually, I think, my least favorite boss. Incidentally enough, the guy that played Doc was also in a Stephen King, special. As far as, what was it called? Storm of the Century. The guy that played Doc, and the, general store owner was in that. It was Storm of the Century, about the Demon Legion coming to an island town in, I think in Maine. Don't forget China Lloyd Bridges stop. I did not know that. Hey, Polar Plays. Glad to see you this morning. As we are now at the Technodrome, and we are saving here. Save states. I am purposely keeping my finger away from the save button, or the load button. So we're in the last stage, guys. And we have, I think, 4 lives. We have the potential of gaining an extra one before we go any further. Which won't do us any good if we keep getting hit by boomerangs. But Fraggle Rock was also a favorite of mine. I keep hearing rumors of revivals of the Muppets franchise. Either by HBO, which I think would be a great thing. Personally, I know a lot of people have complained about it, but I've actually been very grateful that HBO has taken on the support of Sesame Street and airing episodes on Sesame Street and then allowing those episodes to later air on PBS. Oh, Cosmoronic? Groundling Marsh was shown else. I don't know what Groundling Marsh is. May have to look that up sometime. Fraggle Rock was also another favorite of mine. I have every season of Fraggle Rock on DVD. Fraggle Rock was my favorite show as a child. I watched it constantly. Just wonderful show. Watch didn't care about it. There's no take part. No take part. So, explain Growling March to me. Oh, Rob, the puppets, they live in a marsh. Huh. Okay. I have no clue. Bunch of puppets in a marsh. Okay, so instead of being in a rock, get a Danish Doe's Muppets didn't. Gotcha. So that will make a huge difference. Okay. This is good because I'm going to have very little energy in just a moment. And I'm going to allow them to kill me in a minute. Or accidentally let them kill me as well. It works out well for me because I'm going to get an extra life in just a moment, and I don't want that extra life to come with me having one piece of energy left. That's just not smart. This is mutant Muppet-like creatures. I'm going to end up looking this up now because of you. Humans showed up in bad ways like looting marsh, dumping garbage. Oh, yeah, extra life. So, oh, I don't have it yet. You'd be heartbroken if you love the old one. Gotcha. Huh. I'll just check out Groundling Marsh sometime, just out of curiosity. I should mention one other thing, and it's something I'm really happy about. I live like, I think it's like 5 hours away from the U.S. Puppetry Museum. It's in Atlanta, Georgia. And I can't show them off right now because I'd have to hop on Facebook and everything, and I don't want to mess with my internet at the moment in order to do it. But, Professor Iris! Oh, I love... Professor Iris came on TLC. And I'll get back to the Puppetry Museum in just a moment. Professor Iris is something I watched every morning as a child on TLC before I went to school. That would be, if I remember correctly, and correct me if I'm wrong, you have a teacher who is a bird that teaches a skeleton that loves bananas, a potted plant, and I think a child bird about various aspects of science and things of that nature. Skeleton piano plant, that's right, not a child. Skeleton piano plant. And the skeleton love bananas is, I think, just the way that the skeleton would say that. We should get bananas. The child bird was the principal. Okay. Gotcha. And I had forgotten about that show until Soy reminded me as well, so I'm with you, Draven. I am absolutely with you. That show was great. Like, alright, I mentioned this before, but I'm a huge fan of practical effects. Like, it's the reason why one of my favorite places to visit as far as amusement parks are concerned is Disney, because of all the practical effects they have throughout the park and the aesthetics. Chicken Minute. So shows like, oh, I have every season of Dinosaurs on DVD. When I was little, I owned a Baby Sinclair pull-string talking toy, so yes, I would have loved the dinosaurs. I actually watched a few episodes with my wife not long ago. So, fun fact, Baby Sinclair, the little pink dinosaur in that show, is voiced by Kevin Clash, who is also the voice of Elmo from Sesame Street. So yes, I would like dinosaurs. BP Richfield, the boss, was voiced by Earl Hemsley. Well, yeah, was the voice of Elmo. If I remember correctly, he came under fire about certain allegations. Yeah, Sherman Hemsley from 227, The Jeffersons. Sherman Hemsley was perfect for BP Richfield. Amen, that's right. Amen. 227, I think, was a shoot off of either The Jeffersons or Amen. That's the reason why I was thinking that. I don't think I know Chicken Minute all that well either. Okay. I'm gonna go and grab that while I can. Even by Canadian standards. I mean, Canada has brought out a lot of good things. Like Soy Bomb and Draven DeVere. Take part. I will admit, as far as not familiar with those. Another one of these. Dude, can I hit this guy? This road is awesome. We're inside the Technodrome, so it's not technically a road. Yeah, come on. I did toss around play. Why are you not? Okay, that works. I did toss around playing the first one before I played this one, because I own them both. But there's a reason why I'm not playing the recycle message. Take part with my jam. Okay. In a second, you'll need to explain take part to me, so I can potentially look it up earlier. I didn't play the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because, in all honesty, I just didn't feel like messing with that stupid damn stage. I have to watch TV afternoon lineup with my comfort zone. Very nice. Come on. Lamb Chops play along. Oh. There we go. If I remember correctly, like, there's a rumor that Sherry Lewis, like, either hated children or hated puppets. But she ended up using them because of the fact it was bread and butter. Yeah, you can get hit by that door. Yep. Oh, I loved Lamb Chops Play Along. My favorite part of Lamb Chops Play Along was that song. This is the song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was, and they'll continue singing it forever just because this is the Moo's birthday, my friend. I've got to stop getting hit by this guy because I need to have some energy in fighting the final boss. And I am failing to do that. Ooh. I don't really want to restart this stage. Dude, they were all socks with, like, eyes glued to them. Yes, Sheriff Lois and... here it was called the Sharon, Lois, and... Sheriff Lois and Bram, The Elephant Show, I think is what it was called. Yes, The Elephant Show. Watched that a lot when I was a kid. And what is going on with my controller? For some reason, my guy just started walking left. I got one life to beat the final boss. Because all of a sudden, my character froze and just kept... Alright guys, we have one life left. Can we do this? Oh, that's sad that one of them received a posthumous award. It was such a good show. I am so going to have to restart this stage, because it's a boss rush. Well, and that's true. Did anybody ever watch Eureka's Castle growing up? That was a show that aired on Nickelodeon. And, I did. Okay, Bubba James is familiar with it. Yep. I could have swore it just said, no, it was Eureka. Not that. No, I said Eureka. Yeah, I, remember the two bog monsters that loved, I believe it was peanut butter sandwiches. There was Batley. And the fact that the whole thing was a Giant's wind-up toy was kind of neat as well. I am so not going to make it through this area. So guys, you guys want to rewatch this stage all over again? Because we're about to. Yeah. Yeah, and you get a game over by doing this, so I gotta enter this all over again. Continue. Please don't start me at the... Oh, never mind! Never mind! I forgot about that! I got 3 continues. Woohoo! I am so happy right now. You have no clue. Well, yeah, I got 9 lives now, so I'm gonna be the one doing the curb stomping. So at least we get to see the end of the stage. Yeah, so I mean, because I don't have quarters, so you gotta have continues. So be prepared to watch me get, like, knocked around all over the place. I could have beaten this game with just the continue. That's neat. So when I was a kid, I was a whole lot worse at this game. Hey, get away from there. Ow. I hear my phone going off behind me with, like, text messages. I'm gonna need to check it in just a moment. Whatever. I like how this spurred us. I didn't realize you're your husband. Really? Eureka's Castle was done by R.L. Stine? That's craziness. Huh. R.L. Stine is someone who's making he's the program creator. I never knew that. Or if I did, I'd forgotten it. And Stein is someone who's making kind of a comeback as it is. You know, with the Goosebumps stuff. He had the successful Goosebumps movie with Jack Black. I have no clue how the second one did. I honestly had no interest. Why? Every so often, my Ninja Turtle is wanting to run to the left. Can we? There we go. He's at the end of his energy, so that's fine. Alright, save this. I'm gonna check. Okay, I can't pause it. I'm gonna check my phone real quick. It may be individuals wishing me happy birthday, so I'm just gonna. I'm invincible! You're a giant brain. In all honesty, if I wanted to, I could slam you into the ground and you'd be toast. Alright, it's the main event, guys. Oh, I forgot he immediately split into two. And so, one of these is the real shredder. Ah, it's not that one. Ugh. No! Alright, I guess save state there because I had forgotten all about that move. No! If I don't get hit by it, I'm saving it. Woo! Okay, that one is not the real shredder. Forgot about Swift Bomb. Unique opportunity for Getter. Oh, forgot Marigold. Okay. Again, not familiar with this, because when I hear bear, I'm stuck thinking about Bear in a Big Blue House. And Bibble. Bibble. I don't know who Bibble is. Ooh! Ooh! No! Ah, how did he hit me? I'm way up here. Ugh. So, like, my health is, like, gone down way fast. Like, a big pile of foam. That's about like the Okay, I wanted to jump and hit Shredder. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It was just like... Alright, I'm trying my best not to hit the copy now. Because I know which one is the real Shredder. And... I'm cool with this. I'm very... Oh, I had him. I had him, like, trapped in the corner. Ah. I'm trying to pay attention to the push balls. The nice thing is, once you knock his helmet off, he can't do the lightning attack. I'll take that. I didn't mean to reload this state. I keep bumping with my hand. I had a good little thing going where I had this guy trapped in the corner. Boss Ears fit right into the Star Wars game. Did you have Dudley the Dragon? I have no clue who Dudley the Dragon is. And to be honest with you, we in the States don't like to claim Barney. Ah, we got the helmet off of him. We got the helmet off of him. That's good, because he's not going to do that stupid laser anymore. Meaning I can beat this guy. And he's also not going to split up into multiple copies. So we're going to have this guy beat in short fashion here in just a moment. Ball game. We beat it. Take a sip of coffee. The Technodrome has been destroyed. And we've beaten Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. So, I'm assuming, is Dudley the Dragon? freaked the Foots, mangled the Mausers, totaled the Technodrome. That's turtle power. But what about Shredder and Krang? Burnt the toast, vaporized a milkshake, or escaped to Dimension X? Until we know, none of us can sleep safely in our beds. Shells. Now try hard mode. You mean actually playing the game without using a cheat code? Is that what you're referring to? Quite often Dudley would look high almost. His eyes had a lazy look to them at times. So he was the Jim Brewer of puppetry. Is, I'm assuming, what you're referring to. I'm going to take a quick step away while the credits roll, and I'll give some thoughts about the game. I just want to grab my phone. I heard it, my text messages go off, and I want to take a quick look at those real quick, okay? I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back. Here was some birthday wishes. One of which from Soybomb on Twitter, which I greatly appreciate. And one from my father, wishing me a happy 35th birthday. So, and my mother also wished me happy birthday this morning as well, so very appreciative of that. Moo mom hype, yeah. You know, if my parents don't wish me happy birthday, you got some issues. Alright, so this is basically the credits, and I'm going to give my quick thoughts about the game, because we're at the literally very end. I really liked this game as a kid. I played it so many times. By the way, Shredder's not dead. Ha 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 ha. To let you know that there's going to be more games, obviously. And we get the game over screen again. I would recommend, if you want to play a good old-fashioned beat-em-up, there are some things that are aggravating about it, but I think it's a really great game. Something that I would definitely play, and the fact that I wanted to play it here for my birthday stream shows that I really, really like the game. I know that's not quite everything that I was going to say. The music wasn't that bad. The story, though, I will admit, is kind of non-existent. But that's just the way that it is. And so I'm going to, while we do this, I'm going to pull up the next game. And I've already told you guys what we're going to be playing. Oop, wrong scene. Wrong scene. Okay. Right scene. Good gravy. Starring Jerry Nelson as the Count. And I've got to say, I am going to show this on screen real quick. One of my... Well, I'll do it later. Sesame Street Countdown. That's right. So, the options here is you can hop or you can run. I think hop will actually make it go faster. So, we're going to hop. So, there are 10 stages to this. So, yes, we are playing this to the end.
Find 5.
So, again, it's his actual voice.
Got it!
And all you're doing is you're trying to find the number 5. That is literally all we're doing right now. But I am doing the hop because the hop is seriously a lot faster than just walking. Yeah, I mean, it's really good for the NES. For the NES. So you can tell what they put most of their. Enjoy the scenery. Let's see. I think I'm doing it because of the fact that there's literally 10 levels of just finding a number, and I'm doing it more so for you guys than anything. And yes, that is the thing that boggles my mind. out of all of the Muppet games for the NES, this, in my opinion, is probably the best made one for the NES. And I know that's kind of a relative term when you consider everything, but seriously, this is what we got going on right now. Okay, that's 3, so this one's going to be 5. But that's all we're doing is we're finding the number 5. That's all we're doing in this level. And the purpose of this is what you would call edutainment. They're trying to help children recognize. This game seems too easy. You literally hop through that. No. What happens is I have to press A to jump into them, and if I don't jump into them, I'll show you what happens when I jump into something that's not a 5 in just a moment. Yeah, there's A pressing. Yeah, it's not just like he's hopping through and going, "Hi, kids. You're going to do absolutely nothing right now." The game's not going to play itself. So I'm just pressing A to do some of the jumping that's going on. And it's mostly just so children can learn recognition of certain numbers as well as number count. So in the next stage, I'll show you what happens when you miss one. Because if you look over to the top left,
2, 3, let's go.
Over to the top left, that is your health meter. And as you go through the game, your health meter decreases, and the lightning, which is the number of numbers you have to find, increases. So if you're a kid who, notice that I've got less energy now. So,
Find 5.
so you literally aren't able to... Finding 5 again.
Got it.
So, really and truly, I only have to find 3 5s. I don't have to pick any more than that. I just am, just because.
Got it.
Sesame Street Countdown 5 edition. That's true. So, let me find another number that's not a 5, and then I'll show you what happens when you pick it. See, there's 8.
8.
Yeah, so that's what happens. There are consequences, like Math Rescue, even younger kids learning to count. And that was the thing about the Sesame Street games back when I was a child. The purpose behind them was what was called edutainment. It was directed at very young children. And a lot of it may seem to, well, actually it is to us, very simple repetition. But it helped children recognize numbers and even to count how many is there. So I do believe when I hear a lot of people talk about how, oh, this is a terrible game. The Sesame Street games, they're stupid, they're dumb, that's not their purpose. They're not trying to be Mario. They're not trying to be, Zelda. They're trying to teach children math.
Got it.
And so to hear someone try to compare a game like this to a game like Mario, well, yeah, very much the same thing as that. So when I hear people trying to compare the two, I can't help but think they're missing the point entirely. So, yeah, I'm on a big soapbox when it comes to Muppets today.
Got it.
So yeah, we're 2 stages through. I know! It's amazing!
2, 3, let's go.
Like, there's another game that they did with Carol Spinney as Big Bird, and if I remember correctly, the voice work in it is actually very clean as well. And again, to kind of go back to the point that Cosmoronic made, it's a high-tech game. And we got something other than a 5. So, this is probably one of the best made high-tech games that you're going to find. Alright, so I need to add 1 to this, and we've got 8 now.
Got it.
So, yeah. You know, it's one of those things where Is this something that let's see, it makes me wonder how much real estate is devoted in memory and in chip space. Yeah, that's kind of the thought that I've had as well. How much of this, you know, is like we've got the voice work in here. We can't really fit a whole lot else, which is fine because they didn't really need a whole lot else. They put everything they needed into this, as far as I can tell. And since I've gotten the 4 lightning bolts, I don't have to technically get more.
Got it.
But I'm doing it anyway.
Got it.
I tell you what, whenever we finish this game, I wonder what happens when you run out of energy. And I think we're going to find that out in just a short... Or, I tell you what I can do. See, I need to get 8. 1 plus 7 equals 8. We're going to see what happens when you lose all of your health, because I'm going to save it and then purposely die. Which die, I think, is kind of a misnomer, but you guys know what I mean. Okay, save. Oops.
4.
Okay.
6.
Moo, what's wrong with you? You kind of seem dumb.
7. Find 8.
I like he was kind of not really getting on to me, but he's like, no, dude, that's the wrong number. You need to find this one. Oh.
Got it.
I didn't mean to grab the right one. Oh, that looks like an 8.
9.
That looks like an 8.
6.
That's definitely an 8.
That's 3. Find 8.
And it sounds like they just got him to do one word at a time.
1.
It's like, that's 3.
Try again.
Oh, I get a game over for doing that. Nope. Okay, so that's what happens whenever you go too far. You get a game over.
Got it.
So the game is not quite a very drawn-out death jingle. So apparently, this game is not very forgiving for small kids who just are having trouble figuring this stuff out. Is that kid, you don't know the number? Pfft, too bad. Start all over again. You don't deserve to make it to the Count's castle.
4. Let's
I'm
go.
doing my best, sir. That is kind of annoying, though. Maybe they had no room for continue counter. Alright, let's be honest, this is high tech. I've played some of their games before. Including one of the games that could have used a continue counter. Chaos at the Carnival. And they did not put that there.
Got it.
Most of that was used... of course, you know, you've got to make room for that super long maze level. As well as the Fozzie hole. So, yeah, I'm going to say that maybe they didn't have enough room for continue counter, but I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt. And you can just run through this stage instead of hopping, but this is literally one of those things where for the next 30 minutes, it would be me hopping. Oops, go back. And I'm fairly certain you guys just don't want to spend, like, 30 minutes hopping up at numbers. So I'm actually going to not really speed run this, but we are going to kind of speed through this a little bit faster, because we've basically seen everything this game has to offer. It's literally counting, it's literally doing math, it's literally pattern recognition.
Let's go.
And whereas that's a good thing for children, we might get a little bored with it. So we're on the moon now, by the way. And here's one other cool thing. You saw saw the way that he jumped. Oh, I can't show it off here. Oh.
Got it.
If you're doing run on this stage, like, they changed the gravity on this stage. You literally will jump up and hit your head on the box at the top. Like, every jump. So, I thought that was a really neat thing on their end, that they actually changed the gravity on the moon. Again, this is the best made game that High-Tech has done, as far as I can tell. Oop, that was a 7. And I've got to admit, it's not the greatest in the world, but the music, although extraordinarily repetitious, actually isn't that bad. So it makes me feel like either they finally realized how to program a video game after this. Speed run record is 3 minutes and 8 seconds. Good grief.
Got it.
Alrighty then. That's craziness.
2,
Who has that time?
4, 5.
Well, I know you're going like, it's just 3 minutes and 8 seconds. What do you mean, who's got that time? What I mean is, like, who has the time to practice that much? Speedrunners, that's who. We go from the moon to the desert.
Find 10.
Okay, that's for any percent, but there's also a warpless run. Someone mentions the speedrun order for games you play. Well, I mean, like, here's the thing. Okay, I didn't know this game had warps either.
Got it.
I'm curious as to the whole warp thing, and it makes me feel weird because it just seems so unnecessary to me to have a warp in a game like this, but okay, I guess. So I'm actually having to do the balloons now out of needs. How did this game get when the movement's so limited? Yeah, there's a lot of weirdness to this that I don't understand.
Got it.
Maybe glitch warps. That may be it. Now, if I were doing run, I'd have a whole lot more freedom to move around and to run. Like I mentioned earlier, I just went ahead and did it this way for the sake of being able to finish the game in a timely manner. Vampires collecting floating numbers in broad daylight in the desert. Isn't that warped enough? That is always something that has struck me as interesting as a child, is I'm like, I thought he was a vampire. Pick around the title screen, warps are banned. You have my curiosity piqued, to be honest with you,
Got it.
as to that whole thing of warps. I'm curious. Does he suck necks? Again, questions that as I grew older, I kind of wondered. And I appreciate the play on words that his name is. He's Count the Count, and he is a count who counts. And I love the voice of Jerry Nelson for Count the Count. And I don't even know if you see Count the Count on Sesame Street anymore. There's so many characters on it now that's unrecognizable.
5.
And what Sesame Street was compared to when I was a child.
Let's go.
Anyway, I don't want to get back into that. Where I'm just like waxing long and using rose-tinted glasses to talk about how great certain things are. Count Von Count. That Count can't be his real name. That's his real name.
Find 6.
That's 8, 3, lightning bolt. Now we're in prehistoric times because, of course, Dave Henderson from Trenton, New York, Trenton, New Jersey. I'm sorry, not Trenton, New York. Yeah, he's some guy named Dave.
Got it.
What are we doing, Dave? I can't allow you to do that, Dave. So apparently we've traveled back in time. So we've been on Sesame Street, which I believe was the first level. We've been in a park. We've been at an amusement park. We've been on the moon. Poor skin circulation. We've been on the moon. We've been on... Oops, I meant to... Yeah, okay, that was actually right. We've been in a desert. We're now in prehistoric times, as we should be. It's just interesting the way that this game is set up, in my opinion. Do 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 do. You should know your math after practicing with Math Rescue. Oh, don't remind me about that game. I did so horribly with that. It's not even funny.
Got it.
Man, I feel really bad about how poorly I raced that game. And then the fact that I had the major error as far as with
Got it.
with XSplit to the point where all you could hear is my voice. I do have the backup, and I've got to grab the audio of your run and try to sync those up sometime soon. Taking time to perfect. Okay, what does TAS stand for? Because I know a little bit about speedrunning. I've watched a few, and I've got to be careful because I know, you know, Cosmoronic used to hold the speed run for, was it the Neverhood? Tool assisted speed run. Good. Why do you want a tool assistance for this game?
4, 5.
But why?
7, 8. Let's go.
Okay. I mean, cool beans. I mean, hey, that's them. That's not me. Then it's not about skill anymore. Yeah. Okay, so we're in the final stage, and the music actually changes for the last stage. So this shows you how quick this game actually is. So we're at the Count's Castle. And last stage, so we're almost done with this one.
Got it.
And that's my thought process. If you're using tools to finish a game and explore what the game is capable of. Uh-oh. My chat is showing me old stuff for some reason. I'm hoping the chat. I hope my chat hasn't messed up on me, because it's showing me something that Soy Bomb did like 30 minutes ago. At least it hasn't conked out on me like it was doing a few nights ago.
Got it.
Well, that message is true. Yeah. Well, I was the same way. I was sick a lot. This is a YTV sponsored chat. For me, you guys had YTV. For me, it was PBS, Public Broadcasting System. Oh, look at that. We have little ghosts in a jar.
Got it.
Okay, so I've got to get 3 more of these, and I can finish this stage. Moo sponsored by YTV. Coming up next, a PJ Katie's Farm Marathon. So we have a message instead of Draven DeVere's message. Okay, so what was Draven DeVere's message? Programming. Okay, inputting things. That's more about programming challenge. Why would you pick up this game is beyond me. Wait, did he just like stare up? Oh, he does stare up at them. Okay, that was neat. That was kind of neat. I just now noticed that.
Got it.
Our PBS was the CBC. We had PBS Kids and Things. Awesome. And I'm going to jump up here. And all I need is one more 7, and we've got this game beat. Of course, if you cable, you could just watch PBS too. We did not have PBS. And the thing for me, and I've got to mention this because I think we're talking about, you know, children's programming, PBS, YTV. I need to ask this in just a moment. I had a deal worked out with my father's mother. She would babysit me when I was a child. We beat the game. We have beaten the game. Literally, we're done with it. I'm going to set down the controller real quick.
3.
And I'm going to think about, because I haven't planned ahead for this. I kept saying, well, third game is this, third game is this, third game is this, third game is this. I haven't decided on a third game, so I've got to figure that out. That's 11:52, so I've been doing this for about 2 hours. So I get time for 1 or so more games. My grandmother and I had this deal worked out as we see the closing screen.
6.
And it's literally just him. These letter fireworks going off, and he's calling off the numbers. Third game is low G, man. Probably not. The deal that my grandmother and I had worked out was my grandmother would watch her soap operas, and then after her soap operas were done, then she would turn around and say, all right, now you can watch PBS. And I've got to ask you guys, and when we talk about PBS and stuff like that, did you guys have something like, did you guys have Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? And I think that's the big question to ask right now when we're talking about children's programming. I'm going to be back in just a moment. I'm going to make my final decision on the game, and I'm going to let you guys listen to Count the Count real quick, okay? I'll be back in just a moment.
5. 3. 4. 1. 9. 8. 5. 6. 8.
It's really weird the way a lot of this stuff is showing up and not showing up. So let me go ahead and close this out. Alright, so I'm closing out that. And so I think I figured out what I'm going to do. We're going to move on to a GBA game, because I think I might be able to beat a GBA game with the time that we've got left. So I'm going to do one more game. I'm going to try my best to go through it here in the stream. I make no promises, but we'll see what we can do. And so let me grab the game and then get the rest of that started up, and we'll be good to go. Because I'm trying my best not to grab a game that I'll have to finish. Well, actually, I don't think it matters if I finish it or not, or if I have to finish it later. But I think that's my big thing, is I'm wanting to try to play some things I can get through here in the stream. Guess there's no money in playing the Saw. Oh, my bad. I misread that. So let me... I tell you what would you guys want? I know this is my birthday, but I'm gonna ask what would you guys want? I'm gonna give you the option, and I'm gonna try my best not to make it into something like purposely playing trash. Would you guys rather me play a game that I might be able to finish with the bit of time we have left for the stream? Or would you rather me play a game that I would probably need to finish at a later date? Yeah, I know, Cosmoronic, you want an Act 2. I don't own that yet. It's on my things to get in the future list. Seriously, it is on my list of things to do. In-app do to works or whatever. My big problem is I've got a whole bunch of video games, and I don't know what to play. It's like having cable. You got hundreds of stations, and you have nothing to watch. That you could beat today. You could package a birthday shrimp in a nice little bundle. Okay, I'll see what I can do. Give me just a moment then. Alright, just dropped Winx Club in the GBA. I don't have Winx Club, so what I'm going to do is, I do have a GBA game, and I'm going to see if we can beat it today. I make no promises, but what I'm going to do is, there's a game that my wife bought me last year that I have not had the chance to really play, or haven't taken the time, which sounds bad. We're going to give that a shot and see if I can get it to working. There it is. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to switch it over here. Yeah, we're playing another Disney game. Not connected to any chat. Oh, great. By the way, I'm sorry that took... Okay, but I say, why am I having to authorize NetSplit? XSplit. You know, Black Ops has been my game of the past 2 weeks. Don't know what else to play. Torture. Yes, and that's a lot of things that people don't know about is you're sitting there, and the thing is, Soybomb knows that I've been trying my best to figure out. I'm going to move the mic real quick so I can look at my TV screen. That I've been trying to set everything up as far as like a schedule, but my schedule changes like every other day, and it's maddening. So we're going to play The Incredibles. In the golden age of superheroes, Bob Parr, known to all as Mr. Incredible, was one of the world's greatest. He saved lives and fought evil on a daily basis. One day... Okay, question. Why do I need a password for the very first stage of the game? And I'm dead serious about this. Why do I need a password for the very first stage? I don't understand. But we got ourselves a nice little beat-em-up going. Mr. Incredible. Oh, Mr. Incredible. I need your help. Double tap to move quickly. Oh, what is it, ma'am? One day, level 1. My cat Squeaker is stuck in the tree. Please help him. Press BBB quickly to do a combo. You can also do a super move while pressing R while attacking. So that's the way they've got this thing set up. Yeah. It's gonna be interesting. Thank you, Mr. Incredible. I gotta say, I do kind of like the way they're doing the tutorial here. I'm just here to help. Whoa, I didn't know about that, but that was a neat little attack that I did just then. So I just realized that I'm playing literally 2 beat-em-up games, one after the other. Almost. Huh. Cool. Ready for action. Who are you supposed to be? His run is excellent. Yeah, my name is Incrediboy. I'm your #1 fan. I want to be your sidekick. Ah. I've got to say that so far this game looks pretty cool. It seems kind of crisp. Yeah, this is kind of a beat 'em up sandwich. You're right, Draven. A to double jump. I can knock barrels into enemies. Why am I... Alright. Ooh, and if I need health, I have health. Right there, ready for me. So this is actually... Yeah, the art style is pretty good. For a GBA game, this is very crisp. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. I don't really need it, but I might as well since it's right there. Level 1, 2, ready, go. So, this is really good so far. Ooh, ooh, I like that. So, yeah. So, and I just realized something else. Every game I've played today has been a licensed game. Which I guess is kind of true to the channel, so... Ooh, gotta get rid of the guy with the gun. Dude, I like the fact that I can just run and elbow these guys. This is great. Oh, I gotta drop down, apparently? Yeah, I gotta drop down on the ledge here. Now, this is all I do is just slide and hit and slide and hit. I mean, let's be honest. It's true to the way I handle things. It's just licensed game after licensed game. But I would argue that for the most part, most of what I've... Well, even the Sesame Street game has its charm and bits about it that would be enjoyable, not just for children. Well, actually, yeah, just for children. Kids today... Ooh, and okay, so that's working out quite well. So I'm gonna grab. Ow, that hurt a lot, dude. Seriously. So I guess while I'm at it, I don't know if I'd necessarily call The Incredibles a children's movie. I guess you could argue that it is. But, kids today. Yeah. The old man ranting. He's old. Now, if you really want to see an old man stream, you hop into, that Stingray Gaming. No, he's not here, so I shouldn't joke about his age. Although that's always been kind of a fun running gag that we've had with him. So I'm about to quickly lose my life. Or lose one of my men. Ugh. Yeah, he is older. A crook offers Mr. Incredible another opportunity to help the unfortunate. You can tell a lot about a woman by the content of her purse. But maybe that's not what you had in mind. With lightning speed, a curiously elastic arm stretches in and delivers a devastating right hook. It's alright. I got him. I'm not doing a woman's voice. A simple thank you will suffice. Thanks, but I don't need any help. You've got to be more flexible. And she hops off into the sunset. And by the contents of her ancient Chinese proverb. Ancient Chinese proverb, yes. Level 121. So I think now I'm going to be Elastigirl? No, Frozone. Right. Shouldn't you be getting ready? Still got time. I never have time for anything. I'm too busy. Press A or B to form ramps in the ice. So... Oop. Yeah, this is going to be one of those things where if I slip up just so, I'm going to end up falling on my head. A. Okay, so that's how that looks. That's interesting, to say the least. I'm kind of curious how some of this stuff works, but hey, I will look at chat in just a moment. I don't know if there's anything else there, but I'm kind of having to focus on this. And I'm getting water bottles because I'm having to use the water bottles, or else I'm going to end up falling on my keister. Okay, I just pushed a random button because I saw a question mark. It's like, I don't know what button you need to press right now. It's like, good, because I don't know either. Water bucket, that got me an extra life. Okay, that's important to remember. B. And that's what happens if I mess up. I fall on my head. Alright, so when is this? Oh, that's B. I pressed B by accident. When does the stage end? Oh, it ends now. Oh. Thank you, Frozone. It's the 1960s. That wouldn't have happened. Oh, no, it's not the 1960s. It's probably more like the 80s. Ooh. I'm liking the combat of this game. Other than the fact that you can easily find yourself surrounded by enemies. This got some cool attacks, you know, attack power, stuff like that. And the animation's very fluid. So yeah, I'm saying this seems like a solid game right now. Very, very solid. Ooh, that was like almost death. I just gotta get rid of the guys with the guns, because I don't want the guys with the guns to come and like shoot me down. I don't like the fact that it seems like I can't grab hold of enemies. And that to me seems like something that would be very helpful in a game like this, is being able to grab and toss enemies around. I mean, that's a small nitpick, but you'd think since, you know, Mr. Incredible's thing is he is super strong, that he would have that ability, you know, just to grab and toss enemies around. But, I mean, again, small nitpick in what's overall right now seems to be a very solid game. Ooh. Okay, I need to... Come on, slam! Slam into the ground! Alright, knock the guns out of their hand. Solid 55 for Metacritic for this. So, it may get worse very soon. I mean, or... It seems solid for a GBA game. Maybe I should say it like that. Maybe that would be a better way to word this, is it seems solid for a GBA game. Ah, he is going to jump! Oh no. What am I doing? Ah, oh yeah. I'm gonna save this dude's life and he's not gonna die, but... My neck, my collarbone. I think you broke it. With counseling, I think you'll come to forgive me. Wait a minute. Ah, it's the opening scene from the movie. Okay. So yeah, it's the opening. Yeah, the opening thing with the bank vault and everything else that takes place, and the fact that Incrediboy pretty much almost causes the bad guy, the mime, to get away. That's right. Bon voyage. Okay, I'm slowly starting to remember a lot about this game from what I remember. Monsieur Incroyable. And Incrediboy, he somehow found his way up the stairs to get in there. I don't know. And so he hops off. Alright. Can I... Oh! Ooh, that did a bunch of damage to him. Maybe it's just me, but that seemed really, really easy. For boss. There we go. That's more like it. We get henchmen now. That's more what I'm expecting is, am I hearing, like, ho ho ho? I am hearing that. The ho 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 ho. Sounds like Keenan from All That as far as the French lessons that were taught in the bathtub. If you remember the show, oh, awesome. He's got new attacks. That's not good. Oh, good grief. Well, I'm about to lose a life. Alright, so we got a 3-tiered boss who starts out really easy. And... seems like the time to attack is when he does the ha-ha. And then I'm gonna get hit anyway, so... and go ahead, jump up, do that, jump again. And, okay, so if I do this, I think I can go... Ooh. Alright, I'm still gonna... Critinos was too good to reprise his role for the voice of this game. Probably so. So we've beaten the boss, but now Buddy's gonna ruin everything for us. I don't know how many stages this thing has. See, I invented these rocket boots. I can fly. Can you fly? Now you've officially carried it too far, buddy. Fly home. I work alone. Take this one home and make sure his mom knows what he's been doing. And then, you know, it's time for Mr. Incredible to make it to get married. The new Mrs. Incredible says her vows, as long as we both shall live, no matter what happens. Hey, come on. We're superheroes. What could happen? Everything can happen. Because, again, the superheroes, the problems, study current events, a superhero is being sued for saving someone. Under tremendous public pressure and lawsuits, the government quietly initiates the superhero relocation program. The supers will no longer be held accountable for past actions for a promise to never again resume hero work. 15 years later. Or sang up a super suit 15 years ago, along with all of the other legendary crime fighters of the day. Bob and Helen Parr, Mr. and Mrs. Incredible, have adopted civilian identities and are trying to live a normal life with their 3 kids. Okay, so we got a lot of exposition now. The mysterious communication summons him. Mirage represents the top secret division of the government, designing and testing experimental technology. We have need of your unique abilities. High experimental prototype robot has escaped our control. Only someone with your unique abilities can contain the robot without completely destroying it. If you accept, your payment will be equivalent to triple your annual salary. A few short days later, mission to Nomadison. I don't like the font of this because the I's and the L's and the exclamation points all look too similar. And maybe on the TV I'm using. Yeah, it's actually on the TV I'm using because I'm looking over at the screen, my computer screen, and I will do that later. At any rate, we're at level 2. And let me see what time it is. Because we may not finish this game today, but we can get pretty far into it. He looks like he's got a massive gut right there. Which, if I remember correctly, at this point he pretty much did have kind of a massive gut. What is that? I don't know what the coins do. if I remember correctly, the woman who voiced Helen was actually in another superhero movie, although it was a much, much worse one. If you guys watch Batman vs. Superman, she was the senator that gets killed about halfway through the movie by Lex Luthor. Oh, so this thing turns around. But I can use it fast enough to do that. We got quiet all of a sudden, which part of it's my fault, I guess. Game, what you doing? What you doing? Ow, so it's gonna hit me regardless. And so I have to wait for it to come back. That's not the greatest thing in the world. Come on, go. I love... Okay, now I'm starting to kind of feel the vibes of playing one of these games where I'm trying my best to find the hitbox, and the hitbox is kind of weird. It's... That is kind of annoying right now, the fact that I should be on level with these guys, but that's sometimes the problem with beat-em-up games. You think you're where you need to be, and then you find out that you're not. Okay. Oh, seriously. Alright. Can I give this guy a flying... Oh, nope, he's gonna... Alright, stay away and quit getting hit by this guy is what you need to do, Moo. So has anybody tried speedrunning this game? And that's a serious question, I'm not making fun of anybody. Alright, so I'm weirded out by the fact that these games are divided up into sections like this. Like it's level 212, level 222, level 313. It's weird the way this stuff is set up. You don't have to tell me it, you know, that it's divided into parts like that. Just let me play the game. Okay, that's how I take that out easily, I guess. And... Hey, Jay, how are you? There's no place like home. I looked away to see what Jay had said, and I got nailed in the process, which is fine. Alright, stop spinning, stop spinning. Alright. I don't know what the Incredible token does. Alright. Really? Another one appears? That's... Oh, and that does nothing to the robots to stun them. Receive my question by Spiders keychain. Key charger embedded. That's cool. I am so taking hits from this right now. And I have not been hitting it. I'm just... Oh, that's not good. I am almost done for. So I can charge my phone whenever I'm on the desktop. That's pretty cool, actually. That is actually very cool. Can I get some... Oh, one of these things again. It would behoove me to defeat this as quickly as possible. Can I take it out from here? I can. And I get hit by one in the process. Don't drop down, okay. Okay, so now I need to walk over here and just attack this. Moo, yell at me. I'm working out while you stream, baby. Make me feel the burn. When you say yell at you, like, do you want me to make you feel like a disappointment? You know, you dishonor family? You know, what we're going for here? Because I can yell as far as, you know, I can make you feel bad about yourself. You know, I can call you a big pile of goo and things of that nature and be mean. You know, like, what all are you going for? What kind of motivation are we after? Because I can do it all. I can even do reverse ASMR. Ooh, I need that. I need that. Alright, I want to just quickly destroy this before it can hit. Before it can hit me. As it hits me. Just destroy. Motivation. I'm Asian, you racist. I am not a racist. Oh. I have been good not to die so far at this game. Okay, if those guys would stop spinning for a moment and give me the opportunity to attack them, that would be grand. Oh. Do I need to do this? No? That's what I need to do, okay. Okay, let's reach over to the top. Master here. I was getting ready to do something like that. Eventually. Let's have fun with it first, though. Okay, what is that token for? I mean, you can do the thing. I tell you one thing that I would do while I work out, and you might be interested in it as well. When it comes to music, and I'm just walking on lava now, so that's different. It's the boss. Okay. I attack the hands. Okay, so that's how that works. What type of music do you listen to while... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is this what I'm about to be... Okay, so... Okay. Oh, so I have to jump. Speedrunner records an hour and 31 minutes. Again, why? What type of music do you listen to while you exercise, Jay? Out of curiosity. Like, because they do say that the type of music that you listen to does go a long way to that adrenaline rush and things of that nature. And by the way, incidentally enough, I know you're listening to me right now, so I understand that. But what I mean is normally, I'm currently like fitness, boxing, so it has its own music. I gotcha. What I want you to do, Jay, is I want you to reach out and realize that your goals are right in front of you. What are you going to do with those goals, though? Are you going to reach out and grab hold of them? Or are you just going to allow yourself to not get that extra bit in? And we just lost another life. You're capable of reaching those goals. I'm not a good motivational speaker right now. Much like, do you want a body like Mr. Incredible? This is what you're going to have to do. You're going to put hard work and effort into it. Because a body like his doesn't come naturally. Wait, that doesn't sound right. Almost sounded like I was encouraging you to use steroids. I'm not doing this right. I'm not very good at this, am I? Do all the roids. Use the fast way to an incredible body. Mr. Incredible returns home with a fresh outlook on life. All the roids. He visits E, the legendary designer, to the superheroes of the Golden Age. She creates a supersuit for him, and it's bold, dramatic, heroic. Ready for a second mission, a fitter. More confident Mr. Incredible flies to Nomanison once again. Reach my goals. Do the thing. Get that body like Mr. Incredible. After his arrival, Mr. is sent to a conference room to wait for his mission. Okay, so we're still in level 2? I would argue that this is not level 2. Suddenly the Omnidroid appears. So we have another boss fight? Yes? No? Maybe? We have another boss fight! I might as well just take the hits and just whack the thing in the head. Because I think it missed me every single time just then. Okay, so the hands are going to do their thing now. Try the first one. And... ooh! Oh, that still hit me. That's not good. Alright, so it's like, ow, my hand, you hurt it in my hand. Okay. Okay. Oh, it's locking on me now. Oh, joy of joys. It is locking onto me now. So what's the whole thing with Tetris 99? I'm not from... Is Tetris 99 a new game or something? I understand what Tetris is. I'm just not familiar with Tetris 99. Doing that running jump actually knocks... gives me some stun frames there. Alright, quickly, just start waylaying this guy. I just wanted to do what I can to quickly take him out, because he's going to be able to hit me. He's going to be able to hit me hard in just a moment. Yep. First one round of Tetris 99. Yep, come on. Herculean uppercut, and that's not enough. Alright, finally. So, this looks like it's going to be kind of a short game, because we're already at Syndrome. It's too much for Mr. Incredible. I went through quite a few supers to get it worthy to fight you. Now it's finally ready. So yeah, it seems like, now unless we're playing as Helen next. I can't move. Major modifications, I'm gonna droid here, but it's worth it. After all, I'm your biggest fan. Buddy. Yeah. And buddy, it's incredible either. A weapon that I invented, I can defeat you, and I unleash it to get past everyone's respect. It's cool, huh? 0 point energy. Say the best invention for myself. Who's super now? Oh, brilliant. Syndrome makes sure to get rid of Mr. Incredible once and for all. Syndrome's probe reports life readings are negative. Mr. Incredible terminated. And we're still in level 2. Unleash it. We must find out and put a stop to it. And we find the Cyclops ripoff dead. Gazer beam. Alright, so... Alright, so I mean... Oh, it turned around on me all of a sudden. Oh, and now I've got a bunch of mooks to fight. And I can't attack the barrels. Good. Okay, apparently there's nothing in there of interest. Can I attack that? No. Okay. Do I will say I kind of like the fact that the bird will fly away at times, like when I get close to it, apparently. Or when I try to attack it, so that's something that's neat. Do I need to take this thing out? I do take the bird out. If I don't take the bird out, it keeps sending mooks at me. Why are you flexing, dude? You don't have muscles. You're not strong like Jay. You're not as good at the workout as he is at boxing. He'd knock you out. Flexing like you got something. You got nothing. Oh, great. So, there is at least a shadow to let me know where these things are. There we go. And that's enough to destroy it. Let's see, did my chat die? No, okay. I was making sure the chat didn't die on me, because if the chat died, I was about to ask, I was like, I'm not seeing anything, I just want to make sure. Nope, that's all me. I have killed the chat. I have destroyed alright, destroy that, so it doesn't do any more enemies. I will give them that. That's a neat little enemy. Come on. Health. What are the incredible tokens for? I wish I knew. And the game doesn't really spell that out to me, and I don't have a booklet with this, so I'm assuming that it deals with Al's health? Or not his health, like his ability to be like super strong and stuff. So we get more enemies. Come on. Blow up. He missed every shot there. I will accept that. I still think this is a solid enough game. You haven't killed anything, Moo, except for Sesame Street Countdown. Huh? Oh, I got you. Ooh, okay, these guys have heat-seeking missiles, so that's problematic. And that does nothing to them. And one of them flew away for some reason. I'm still in level 2. It's crazy. Yeah, so if I destroy the blue parrot fast enough, enemies won't really spawn around me all that quickly, so that's very helpful. And we get green mooks, as opposed to blue ones. The blue ones with guns, or flying mooks. I don't really know if there's any major difference in the green mooks or the blue ones. Just the fact that they're green. And see, that's something that bothers me about palette swaps when you have beat-em-ups. It's like, hey, they're not basically like... I'll have to check that out in just a second. When you get into the palette swaps in beat-em-up games, that bothers me royally. This is one of the things that I will say, that I won't, not that I will say, but one of the things I really appreciated about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Oh, great. We got... not only did they do palette swaps, each of the enemies were unique in some way. And so that said something to me. It tells me that time and effort, or more time and effort was put into this game, or put into a game, when you may have something like a palette swap, but it's not a stupid, simple palette swap. There's actually depth to the palette swap. Just destroy that, because if I can destroy that, I can get health in a minute. Okay, I'm gonna abstain from the health for the moment. Yeah, I'm gonna get it in just a minute, but I can do without getting it for the moment. You concentrate with Tetris 99 didn't work out. Battle War with Tetris, you battle against 98 other people in Tetris, the last one standing. I would not last long at that. If I remember correctly, Tetris was supposed to be kind of like an IQ tester, you know, to test how intelligent people were. I had an uncle who was very, very good at it. I could not play it to save my life. Granted, I understand that, you know, it was a child playing Tetris, but I digress. Okay, I'm just doing like the running, sliding hit at the moment. If anything, I'm thinking the green guys have a little bit more health than the blue guys do. And that's about the only major difference between the two that I can tell. Is just you got more health from your green mooks. Whereas your blue guys, they take far, far less hits. And that's exactly the difference between them. Which I guess, you know, that's at least something that's different between them. But there's really not a whole lot else that differentiates them from the other enemies. His robots are a whole lot more different than his mooks. Alright, so we're on level 3-3. How many levels are there to level 2? Again, that's, I believe, a viable question. And all I'm doing is like the running slide, because that seems to be like the only major thing the best thing to do against a lot of these enemies is just run, slide, and slam into them. Just you go with what works. Alright, I will give them credit. The bird is a neat feature. And it's clever, you know, the way that's set up. So I will give them all the credit in the world for the way they set that up. Alright. No, you survived. I didn't realize you had survived. Now you're dead. And my slide is not working. There, that works. Alright, more green mooks. Oh, mooks with batons. I'm assuming these are some sort of electrical batons that are supposed to, like, kill me and hurt me and things of that nature. And I'm sure if I allow myself to get surrounded by them long enough for them to do damage, they would really hurt. But I'm not going to give them that opportunity, because that just seems dumb to me. I didn't mean to grab that health that fast, but that is my fault. So how's your run of Tetris 99 going? I knew that was coming. Wow, that actually worked. Okay, so I need to remember that from now on. Just bop them on the head. And okay, so these guys, if I jump up like so, that one mook, did I like step on his hand or something? He's just like frozen there in, hello, we have a new move. And I'm betting a ground attack would go very far on him. And if I just continually drop down on his tummy, that would do the trick. And I was absolutely correct. So basically, they're just wanting you to do, like, in order to beat a lot of these enemies, just do the same old super moves. I'm serious. That's all you gotta do. Just do the same old super moves over and over and over. And once you've done those same old super moves, that's all there is to it. Alright, so there's that. Have we beaten? We're still in state level 2. Okay. Let's say, am I facing another Omnidroid, or... Okay, it's these guys, so... Okay, they're gonna start getting off. More palette swaps. I can do special moves, but... I think I can tell why this got a 55. While it is basically still, I'm going to argue that it's a solid enough game, it's getting repetitious really fast, because it's literally the same enemies just over and over and over. And there's really not a whole lot of difference to them. It's like, hey, we got a green guy. Well, what does the green guy do? He's got more health. We got a blue guy with a gun. Okay, well, that's different. We've also got a green guy with a gun. Well, what does he do? He's the exact same thing as the blue guy, but with just a little bit more health. Oh, I didn't mean to grab that health so fast. Oh. No, I didn't hit him? Okay. We need to kill this real quick. This is top priority. Because I didn't get hit by anything, but that would have been really bad. I'm still trying to figure out how you could beat this game in like an hour. I guess not be terrible at it. That would go along. Grab that, and that. All right. Ooh. Just start waylaying this, because I don't want a bunch of these. Ah, and they focus on you. That's a good show. That's dangerous. Ah, there's another one of those. I am so glad that Mook gave me enough time to destroy that one piece of equipment. 242. So, out of curiosity, anybody here ever watch the Incredibles movies, like both of them? Because there were 2 movies, and I kind of want to gauge everyone's thoughts on them, since that's kind of what we're playing right now. Is the first one. What were your thoughts on the movies if you had the opportunity to watch them? I thought the first one was really good. The second one was not bad at all. I just thought that the there's something about the second one that I don't hold it as dear in my heart. I've only seen the first one. I thought it was a fun movie. Yeah, the first one was magic. Was great. I'm fearing, though, at the moment that one of the problems with the second one is that Pixar is falling into the thing that people complained about Disney around the time that Pixar came into the scene, and that is sequels. Disney was known for the absolutely annoying sequel, and they would have sequels to everything. And Pixar has gotten a lot. The first one, though, was a fun movie. Yeah, Toy Story 4. Resume. That's my serious thought about Toy Story 4. I'm like, this could be a really, really good movie, and it could be really solid. But I'm scared to death that Pixar is getting into the realm of, you know what we need? We need another sequel. And it's to the point where, I'll be honest, like, it makes me nervous about some of my absolute favorite Pixar movies. Like, you know, finding out that Cars got 3 sequels, to me, Cars is I don't want to call it the straw man argument, but it's really the argument for why you don't want to make too many sequels. Because the second Cars, I've only seen the first Cars. Okay, I'm just going to say this right now. I've only seen the first Cars. Oops. And I'm going to be honest, I did not like the first Cars. I thought the first Cars was boring and just not fun at all. And then they make a sequel. And then they make a sequel. And the second movie wasn't that great. And from what I understand, the second movie was essentially the first movie, or the third movie was essentially the first movie, but it just had a different character in the end rather than the first character. And that was always problematic to me. I am noticing some interesting things at the moment. Like, I'm noticing if you see something shiny on the ground, if you ground stomp it, you find an item, which I'm realizing all of a sudden, and I think that's kind of a neat neat thing that they do. I think they set the enemies up to get to surround you so they're primed for one of those weird attacks. Huh. Knocked an enemy straight into that thing and destroyed it. That's beautiful. I'm about to... Okay, I'm not going to knock the health off the screen, which is good, because I'm going to go back and get that health in just a minute. But, okay, we got one of the big guys again, except he's blue instead of green. It's just the same enemies over and over. But yeah, I saw the trailer for the fourth movie, and like I've got to be honest. Like, to me, the third one ended perfectly, and I thought that it was kind of a fitting narrative. The idea of that's a life, I think. Yeah. Oh, so I'm just surrounded by rocks falling. The idea of, you know, when the first movie came out, it was nice, yeah. I agree with you. The first one, the second one was nice, but it wasn't like... I didn't feel what I felt with the second one. Toy Story 3 ended perfectly. Like, it ended... It was kind of like saying it's time to put your childhood away, because for me, the first Toy Story came out, I think when I was... I'll just say when I was young. I don't remember the exact year. I might have been in elementary school still. I'll touch on Frozen 2 in just a moment. We still in level 2. We're still in level 2. How many... The excitement as a boss... No, not a boss fight. Huh. Okay, that works. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying, Toy Story 2 ended in such a way that it was kind of like they were saying, hey, you know, it's time to put your childhood away. Dude, I breezed through that stage. That was awesome. You know, basically you're putting your childhood away because Andy's grown up, we grew up with Andy, and then now they're like, I don't know, it's just kind of weird to me how now it's kind of like, oh, they just got thrown away, and look, they're being annoyed by Key and Peele. And I have no problems with Key and Peele. I honestly think that, I think it's, is it Peele that has done, like, the movie Get Out, and he's doing another movie that I can't remember the name of, essentially about, like, doppelgangers of a family who are on vacation. You know, so I have no problem with them. As I say that, I think that they're both... But it's just kind of... It's almost as if they are... I'm trying to put my finger on it. It's a cash cow at this point. And it honestly makes me fear them ruining some of the stories of some of the other movies if they think they could really make money off of it. Which I don't have to worry because I don't think they're going to try anything on WALL-E, which makes me happy. Because WALL-E, if you don't know, is my favorite Pixar movie. Actually, I have a Let's Play of WALL-E up here. But I'm just afraid that the way they're doing a lot of these movies, it's just... I don't know. It's just a big fear of mine. That, it's just going to turn into how much profit can we make, says the guy that plays licensed games, which were basically things made for profit. Yeah, I understand. I'm playing part of the advertisement for a movie. Alright, now as far as Frozen 2, my thoughts on Frozen 2 are this. Frozen 2 looks like Disney is trying to make a children's Lord of the Rings movie. And I don't know how I feel about that. That is honestly what the trailer made me think of, was Lord of the Rings. At least licensed games haven't been that bad. Oh, Draven. Draven. I agree with you to a degree. Or you mean the licensed games for the Disney games? Because that's a whole different thing, because my argument there is yes and no. I didn't play it on stream. I probably will find the time to do so sometime in the future. But I recently played through Up for the PS2. Had to mute. What did I miss? Nothing major. I did say my thoughts on Frozen 2, and I said it looked a whole lot like Lord of the Rings with Disney characters. I actually hated, and I don't feel bad about using the word hate, I hated the first Frozen movie. I thought it was overrated. And again, this is all personal opinion. I'm excited for the Airbender. The only Bender I care about is Bender Bending Unit Rodriguez. I think is his name. No, Bender Rodriguez Bending Unit, I think is his name. Sees Mirage leaving the secret passage to the control room, quickly rushes into the closing passage, jumps clear just as it closes, makes his way into the control room, and password. Frozone. Kingdom Hearts is pretty good in the game. Alright. I get a chance to talk about Kingdom Hearts 3 real quick. And boy, do I have something to say. I loved Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. Don't get me wrong. I thought Kingdom Hearts 2 was a great game. It's something I definitely want to watch, you know, again. I watch again, play again. I get to play as Helen now. My big issue with Kingdom Hearts 3, I've been streaming for 3 hours. I'm going to have to call it quits here in a few minutes. Intruder alert, intruder alert. You know what? Let's try to finish level 2. Well, I tell you what. I'm leaving spoilers. I'm not going to... Alright, define what you mean by spoilers. I'm going to give you... Okay, I'm not going to tell you anything about the story. Because the story is so convoluted, it doesn't matter anyway. Seriously. I'm going through this and I'm like, maybe I needed to have played Dream Drop Distance in order to know about Kingdom Hearts 3 and to have a better understanding of it. I thought the way this was set up that this was... I'm seeing a bunch of life here and it makes me nervous. I'm beginning for a long time, so I expect people to say spoiler. Although, I'm going to do my best to be spoiler-free. Here are my thoughts about it so far. First of all, I hate the wooden acting. Even characters from their basic movies sound extraordinarily wooden, like they're not putting any excitement into their statements. Even when they're excited, it's just kind of like, Mickey, we must destroy things. The only two characters so far that have put any life into their characters is the guy who played Vizzini in The Princess Bride. You know, he was also Rex the Dinosaur. I think it was Sean something. I can't think of his name. And I like Olaf from Frozen. And there's probably another character that I'm thinking about right now, but I'm not thinking about. But those are the only two that I hear their voices and I go, Kingdom Hearts 3, your son gives me Kingdom Hearts 3. It just wouldn't, and the acting, and it's just not good. And so it looks like we're about to join the family of The Incredibles. But, yeah, I'm not reading this at the moment, but I'm skipping through it and trying to give enough time to read. So, we have hit level 3. We are finally in level 3, especially when it's $79.99 Canadian. Good gravy. That's nuts, guys. I mean, honestly, nuts right there. That's how much that is. Wow. I'm pausing here just for a moment. I'm going to take me a sip of coffee here. Wait for it to get cheaper. I'm dead serious. Awesome. Oh, so I'm ignoring. I'm trying to avoid large obstacles. So I'm gonna hang out here in the back so I get time to dodge things. That just sounds smart. I will say the storyline is convoluted, and part of it is I guess I should have played Dream Drop Distance. But from what I've read and heard, Dream Drop Distance was such a terrible game to the point that that I don't even know if it's worth it. And Jay did tell me essentially the story of Dream Drop Distance, which I appreciated. And I'll look at the screen in just a moment to see the chat. I just want to make sure that I'm... Oh, I can jump. I didn't know that I could jump. That's great to know now. I'm kind of reminded at the moment of Spy Muppets, where you play as Kermit, and you're fighting, you're dodging these lobster. So I have literally no clue of what's going on in the game at the moment. So Jay, you're not going to get any spoilers from me. Now, whereas, and I'm not going to tell what happened in any of the worlds, because I don't want to, I don't want to accidentally spoil anything. But this, you know, in the first two Kingdom Hearts games, the stories that went along with each world was neat and was fun, and it made me feel like, hey, this is something awesome, and I'm feeling like I'm being immersed in this story. I have not felt like I've been immersed in a story in Kingdom Hearts 3 yet, and we have done I've done some of my favorite franchises. Like, everybody knows at least one or two of the worlds. Okay, if you've been keeping up with the game to a small extent. You've got Toy Story, you've got Frozen. The stories are just boring. And I've honestly decided to take a break on playing because the fact I don't seem slapped together. I just feel like there wasn't as much effort put into this game as there was the others. Alright, so we're still on the island, I'm thinking, as Helen. Okay, press A and B, the direction to stretch. Stretch, grab enemies, objects, or weapons. So now I can grab people. I didn't even know there were... Oh. What the... I'm doing what it told me to do. I'm pressing up in the direction I'm wanting to stretch. Oh, I did not press the button. It was a... My bad. I completely did not press the right button. But I do want to grab that extra life. So, I've got to say right now, the game is... I feel disappointed in it. And I even got the deluxe edition, which that disappointed me, because it's like, well, you get this book, and... Good night, I'm missing this again. You get this book, and you get this, and you get that, and you get the other, and I'm like, hey, this sounds really cool. You get this neat pin. And, yeah, it's a really cool game. You should get it. Okay, I cannot run with her, so that's going to be interesting. So I just have to move slowly to avoid getting hit. So I'm taking a break on it at the moment, and as far as what I'm playing in my own time, right now is Spider-Man. And I've already seen like one or two little glitches in Spider-Man so far. It's been kind of funny to me. I did post one of them on the channel, and although it may not be PC and they lost data. So hopefully that has been spoiler-free, Jay. Those are just my basic thoughts on the game, and I know Which, you know, I feel like I'm in good company here as far as people that are, you know, when I say allowed, I feel like I can express my opinion to the people that are here without like, you just feel that way because you're dumb. Well, that's beside the point. I may be dumb, but I at least have the ability to form my own opinion on things, and I just don't like the game. But I know that there are some individuals, and I don't want to call them fanboys, that's not fair, but I know there's some individuals who would hear that, and they would say, well, you only feel that way because, and they would give any number of reasons, and we got guy with a shield, and this is why they gave me extra lives, because I'm going to be dying. I want to grab to the side. Okay, I can throw them. That's at least something. But, I mean, that's just my opinion on this. You're dumb, you're toast. Yeah, I mean, we are entitled to our opinion on video games. Well, we're entitled to our opinion on any number of things. But, personally speaking, I just was not all that impressed with the game. Now, are there people who may be listening to this, or may one day listen to this, who like it? Yeah. Do they have that right? Yeah. But I'm not one of them. And I'm not going to be one of them. Am I about to get hit by a trolley? Alright, so once you get the hang of Helen, she's not that bad. So, I mean, and it's one of those things, like, if I say something regarding a video game, and if you guys disagree with me, feel free to say, hey, Moo, I understand what you're saying, but I disagree with you. Here's what I'm thinking about this game. And maybe I dislike something and you like it. Hey, tell me the reason why you like it. You know, I guarantee you probably have a number of good points that are relevant. Oh, look, we have a new enemy type. It's purple. I'm kind of on the fence about this game at the moment. Your opinion sucks, I'm unsubbing. Jay, real quick before you unsub, I have a quick question to ask. Have you ever seen the movie Tombstone? It's very relevant to what I'm going to say to you. Seriously, yeah, I get that. A lot of voice actors, it was like, that's not him. Yeah, just like there was no effort, no feeling put into it, and I walked right into that. Walked right into that, too. Okay, the reason why is because there's a scene where Tombstone is like the story of Wyatt Earp and, you know, and whatnot. It's a Western, but it's a really good Western. I would say if, you know, you got some hours to kill, because it's like a 2-3 hour movie. But I think it's really good. I'm not a fan of Westerns at all. Okay, am I about to get hit? No. There's a scene where 0% so far, as expected. Especially what is Tom Hanks buzz with him, and quite jarring. Yeah, Mike Wazowski did a good job. I was curious as to whether or not Woody's, because in the video games, Woody is usually voiced by Tom Hanks' brother, if I remember correctly. But that didn't even sound like Tom Hanks' brother, which was kind of aggravating to me. So, that's, yeah, a lot of that stuff is, like I said, it's just not good to me. That's just one man's opinion. I'm entitled to that opinion. I am going to take that opinion, and I'm going to use it, but if someone here likes it, more power to you. Break the box open, get that, and I get health, because I need health. voice credits. It is his brother in this one, too. But I think you're right. He doesn't sound like Tom Hanks' brother. And that, to me, like you said, that's kind of a jarring thing. And, of course, the lesser-known actors reprise their roles. Like, again, the voice of Rex is Rex, which I liked. John Ratzenberg? The guy that plays Ham the Pig is the regular voice in that. That would be the one that I really think put some effort into it too, is the voice of Ham. Of course, he does a voice in every Pixar movie. He's kind of like the Stan Lee of Pixar movies. John Ratzenberger, I think, is his name. Box requires 7 hits to open. 55 Metacritic is too good on this mess. That aren't main how do you voice games or other things that aren't main series. It's an already stretched gameplay somehow. I have not beaten Kingdom Hearts 3. I have taken a break on it. I just couldn't. I'm just taking a break on it right now. I think you can only get up to 7 lives because I've been grabbing other extra life things, and it's not been going up any. So that's kind of weird to me. I was hoping it'd at least go up to 9, but nothing so far. Ah! Ran into that during the video. Still better than the first 2 Kim Possible games, though. I have not ordered them. It is on my things that I'm going to get one day list. I actually looked up the prices for the Kim Possible PS2 game, and it's like 18 bucks. Guy's gun just shot peanuts. Yes, it did. And I saw that, and I'm like, like 20 bucks for a PS2 game. Either that thing is really rare, or it's really good. Or it's both. Can I throw that? Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Throwing those, just toss them to the ground. I like that. I like that a lot. I don't know what about PS2 games. The prices seem quite high lately. And I'm wondering if it's because of the fact that, especially as of late, that dude just jumped straight into the wall for some reason. Retro gaming has been kind of the big buzz lately. And, you know, you got to get your retro games in. We got the big guys. And what bothers me is it doesn't really take away these guys' energy to throw them. You'd think getting lobbed across a room would do some damage, but no. Oh, look at me use stores and things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's absolutely correct. It's not that I thought Soy Bomb was wrong. I just wanted to see myself. I didn't notice that until he pointed it out, but yeah, that's... Wow. I really want to know what those Incredibles tokens does. That's still bothering me. One of my friends found his own game cube in his parents' basement. He went to buy item across and place. Yeah, especially when you have games like that. Used games today are... Ooh. Especially if it's a great title. I think that's one of the reasons why I'm grateful. My wife was able to find Mike Tyson's Punch-Out for the... Uh-oh. 90 bucks. Good grief. What's the? Oh, great, we gotta run. So we're doing another one of those dodge type things. Oh, we're playing as Violet. Press B to protect your force shield. R to go invisible. Oh, good night. This is not going... This is not going well whatsoever. I found my least favorite character in this game. Like, if this is what you're going to do, don't make it incredibly, get it? Yep, I'm gonna get hit. I want this stage to end. Oh, Dragon's Quest. And she's gone. Oh, joy of joys. This is... It's like the drain of all hope and fun is like draining out of my face with this one. Because it doesn't even knock the guns out of their hands. And when she goes invisible, it's so quick that her specialty meter goes down. Am I just supposed to run from these guys? Is that all I'm doing here? Just running for dear life? Is that seriously all I need to be doing? Oh, that was all I needed to do was just run. I thought I was supposed to defeat a bunch of enemies. Let's see, what time is it now? It's 1:18. I tell you what, I'm going to write down this password. And I'm going to call this a stream. I've been streaming for a little bit, for about a little over 3 hours. And spin up Dungeon Crawler, PS1 Classic on PSN either, surprisingly. This is a stream. Yes, it is a stream. It has been the stream. And so I'm going to write down this, and we're going to get back to The Incredibles soon enough. I appreciate it. I will have a good rest of my birthday. What I'll probably do is I'm going to try to finish this out Tuesday. If nothing happens, since Tuesday is our we play not so great games and we play licensed games type deal, we'll finish The Incredibles Tuesday, okay? At any rate, I hope everyone has a great day, and we'll talk to you later. And thank you guys for the birthday wishes. I greatly appreciate it. Have a great day. Bye, guys.